Hey, this is Charles Draven from InfoSpike, and today we'll be going over the story about how this dad of three built a profitable business from home. So, who is this dad? It's actually me. And I've been building an online business for well over a decade. And I'm going to give you some of the insights that I found while raising kids and building a business and trying to balance everything, especially with a family. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is that the whole idea of building up a business, there has to be a big reason why. And for me, it was the family. When I had my first child, you might have heard my story before, um, just trying to build up my other business, which was a financial consulting business. I realized that it was very tough. I couldn't go on appointments as much as I wanted to. I couldn't make calls with my baby crying in the background, and I had to sleep very odd hours in the night and in the morning, and I could only use the available time, especially while my baby was sleeping, to be able to build a business. And so, building a traditional business, doing a traditional job, it just didn't really fit the mold of the life that I wanted to be able to have the freedom that I wanted. And I realized that I needed more flexibility, especially if, again, I couldn't make calls, I couldn't go on appointments with my clients. And so I realized that I had to do something else. And I tried to figure out if I could do some internet-based prospecting, social selling. This was back in the day. This was early 2000s. And I realized that um, paying for ads was something that I thought I would be able to build my business on and be able to pretty much do a lot of the work for me and use a lot of automations, but that wasn't the case. Um, Paying for ads, the first time I tried to do it, I literally spent a couple thousand overnight. And that's because at that time, there weren't a lot of courses that taught people how to utilize paid advertising. And so pretty much I was just trying to do it in the dark and realized from my own mistakes, I learned a lot. I learned how to do paid advertising, but it's very tough. And so what I realized at that time is that I had to find a different way. And so one of the things that I found out was that I could make money by promoting other people's products. And with this, I was thinking that I could build out websites. At that time, affiliate marketing organically was done through websites, kind of like how blogging is done. And I was creating all these websites, and I was thinking that each website has all these pages, and all these pages bring in traffic, kind of like their own mini versions of digital salespeople, and that I could build out all these sites and scale my income. And then I realized that with a lot of things changing over time, even at that time, I saw changes in the search engines. And even till now, there's still a lot of changes in the search engines. So I realized that there's different ways to build a business. And the main thing is trying to build a stable business, something that I can get some reliable income. And that was like one of the big challenges that I was facing, even from the early 2000s. And so I wanted to build a foundation to set myself up for success. I realized that I had to choose a niche instead of going into a dozen niches or hundreds of niches. I had to do that. And focusing on content creation has still been like kind of like the main strategy that I've been utilizing, just like this video. It's a form of content marketing, and then I realized that by creating content and being able to network with others, I could promote my business online. And if you are thinking about affiliate marketing, think about very, very big niches. Some people think about very tiny ones where there isn't a lot of competition. My whole thing is that if you want to build a big income, you're going to have to go into big marketplaces and big industries. And there are three top ones. And the big one is making money. The other one is health, and the other one is relationships. And there's a whole bunch of other things that you could go into. I think like even going into something that is leisure focused, like travel, is very big as well. But I think creating wealth, it's actually something that's been around since the beginning of time. And so I decided to stay with it. I think it's like one of my favorite ways to earn income online. There's a lot of crazy things that go on in the make money online space, but I do get a lot from helping out people and creating wealth. So when you're looking at digital marketing, you want to think about it from a very special perspective. So we have different ways to get people to an offer. So we have SEO, search engine visibility, search engine optimization, and you can also utilize social media. And one of the things that I realized over the years is that newer platforms, they get a lot of traction, especially if they are built in a very user-friendly way that creates a very good user experience. A lot of these social media profiles, I should say accounts, that are on these new platforms, they get a lot of traction, a lot of visibility faster than some of the ones that have been around for well over a decade. So you might have seen this even with TikTok when it came out. It was getting tons and tons of publicity. Not as much as when it was popping when it first came out, but it's still getting a lot of traction. And also, there's another platform under Meta. It's through Instagram. It's called Threads. These platforms, they are able to help you build your business digitally. And then, of course, when you engage with others, especially people that are not your customers, people in the industry, in groups or other social outlets, communities, that can help you build relationships and grow your audience over time. Next thing is being able to scale your business. I always talk about like a snowball concept. So the whole idea of a snowball rolling down a hill, if you imagine that from a very tiny snowball, and as it rolls down the hill, becoming this mammoth-sized snowball, just super huge. And I believe that it's kind of like compounding as you build your business over time, as you scale it and you reach success and kind of like a micro steps over time, whether it's succeeding in a promotion in a day, in a week, in a month, as you start doing that over and over again, and if you have the right form of monetization that allows you to build perpetual commissions or income, then you'll be able to get that snowball effect. And one thing I should say is that not every opportunity allows that. Some, it's like you start off and you create that snowball effect. You might make a bunch of sales one month, and you might have heard of like a product launch. You make a bunch of sales in one month, and then the next month, then you're starting over from the beginning. So my whole thing, especially for people that are getting started for the first time, is to focus on things that allow you to get perpetual income, whether that's through recurring commissions, multiple product sales, even past your initial sale. That's what I highly recommend, especially if people are building a home-based business and they're doing it by themselves. And of course, when you're building it by yourself, you want to get the support. You want to be able to tap into communities. You want to tap into systems. You want to be able to tap into calls, whether those are phone calls or webinars like Zoom calls, where you're able to connect with the people that are doing very well in your industry. And I think that's extremely crucial, especially if you are just starting out versus just doing it by yourself. Because you could get a book, whether it's in your local library or even order one from Amazon, that will teach you some ideas of how to build a business online. But I think with digital marketing, there's so many things changing, and then also having a support system that's able to help you every step of the way. I think that's extremely crucial, especially if you're just getting started. So if you want to learn more about building your business to actually achieve financial independence, I highly urge you, I invite you to click on the link in my description. I'm providing you with some free content and things that will help you grow your business online to make an extra income source for you. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching.